Hey, sports fans, Coach Frank back with you for another round of combating stubborn weight in this third part of my series. In this final installment, I'm going to tell you about something that secretly blocks weight loss when it was actually working. That's right. Many people get on the correct path and then do this one thing unknowingly to mess up their results. And it's something nearly everyone does. You know you're doing it, but you don't know what it is going to do to you. I can't promise you want to stop, but I can promise you that if you're doing this one thing, you're cheating yourself out of weight loss. So I'm going to tell you exactly what it's doing to you and how it relates to your body gaining, retaining, or losing weight. I'm essentially going to give you the secret code to success, and it's something so simple you may fall out of your seat. So buckle up as I hit you with a secret that can be the difference between your troubles and your ideal you. And you get to have all of that in just a few minutes' time, right after this. Stick around.
Game on, sports, fitness, and health fans, with another episode of the Sporting Good Posture Digital Radio Experience. Gear up for Coach Frank's advice from the sidelines as he helps you crush your game, no matter what sports, health, or fitness game you play.
Hey, this is Coach Frank. I'm Sporting Good Posture. What are you sporting?
Hey, Coach, what do you got for us today?
Welcome back to another episode of Sporting Good Posture. This is Coach Frank, and we made it to part 3. How are you doing so far with parts 1 and 2? Have you figured out a bit about your timeline and about your type of weight you're carrying and have any idea how you may have accumulated it? I hope so. And I hope that if you haven't listened to parts 1 and 2, that you go back and listen to them. These 3 things are the top 3 barriers to permanent healthy weight and fitness, and the make break of whether your plan will get results. So go back and listen if you haven't, and let's talk about part 3. The crown jewel of the series. Today, we're going to talk about something you're likely doing that is working against your best weight loss efforts and how you're actually, in real time, cheating yourself out of the results you could be getting. And it's something so sinister, it is tricking you into thinking nothing of it. What is it? Well, it has to do with cheating on your diet, but not in the way you think. Many people who think they are sticking strictly to their diet are doing something they don't even know is working against them. And even those who knowingly cheat are applying something everyone says, which is actually the worst advice of all. And we're going to stop you cheating yourself right after this short message.
Hey, Jeremy. Wow, really pumping that iron. Getting buff for summer?
Hey, Haley. Wow, you look amazing. I guess the gym's working out pretty well for you. Wish it was for me. Trying to lose some weight, but no matter what I do, I can't seem to take it off.
Oh, I've been there. I've tried tons of diets and routines and just couldn't take the weight off no matter what I did. It was really depressing.
Well, you obviously did something right. What's your secret?
Actually, my chiropractor.
Your chiropractor? Really?
I was so surprised, but it totally worked. He was doing something called the Cairo Thin program.
The Cairo Thin program?
The Cairo Thin program is designed like no other. Supervised by licensed doctors of chiropractic, Cairo Thin is based on your body's natural structure. Following Mother Nature's blueprint, Cairo Thin gets to the bottom of all the reasons people have difficulty losing weight and puts you on the road to your ideal body. And that means the ideal you. Hey, Jeremy, you're looking pretty buff. Did you check out the Cairo Thin program?
You bet, Haley. Thanks for turning me on to it. For my girlfriend and mom, too. We all had a breakthrough. Can't believe we finally lost the weight.
Well, looks like my loss was your gain. If losing weight is a challenge, get evaluated today for free to see if you are fit for the Cairo Thin program at Ideal Health and Wellness Center. Don't just get thin, get Cairo Thin. Call 615-567-6683.
Okay, cheating. What's this all about? So many people talk about having cheat days, and they do the cheat days during whatever program they're on. But the problem is a lot of people can't control they can't control themselves when they do these cheat days. A cheat day turns to a cheat week and turns to a cheat month. So it's very difficult to kind of add these days in because a lot of people don't have the discipline to really stick to the diet and go back on the diet once that they're done with that cheat day. Cheating on the diet and doing these kind of things is really working against you because all the work you're doing, then you're just trying to make up for it the following week by having this one day that you're off there. So I think it's really deterrent for what you're trying to do. And then another thing that people talk about where they say everything in moderation, the problem is everybody's moderation is different. Somebody's moderation, like your friend's moderation, might be what different than what your moderation is. So the problem is then you might overindulge in something like on that cheat day, and then it turns into a bad habit and it gets you back off track of what you're doing. So if you think back to the episode we did earlier this season called Trace Amounts with Jennifer Parisi Silvestro, we talked about even trace amounts of anything can really be detrimental to your body and can even throw off a diet that you're on or a program or an eating plan that you're doing, because just that little bit of sugar could throw you back into fat gaining instead of fat burning. Or if you take off a day from whatever program that you're doing, whether it's dieting or if you go to the gym, again, that's not the time to do it when you're in the middle of a program. The times that you can do cheat days and do things in moderation is when you've actually attained your goal. You've finished whatever program that you were on, and now you're in maintenance mode. And now that you've finished it, you can do things like eat in moderation or have a cheat day here and there. Those are the kind of things you do when you finish the program, not when you're during it. So that's where people really cheat themselves, because they're doing those cheat days and kind of changing their program around. And they're doing that before they've reached the goal. That's kind of like running a race and then stopping before the finish line and going, oh, this is good enough. I'm going to stop here. Instead of crossing the finish line, and getting your trophy or whatever you're doing, you want to finish the race. You want to do what you're doing. You want to stick with what you're doing. It also gives you a sense of, appreciation for the dedication and the determination you had whenever you did whatever program you're doing, whether it's weight loss, whether it's trying to run for a marathon or doing a new weight regimen at the gym. Those kind of things take time, and you want to really put the time in before you start changing around your programs. You want to reach your goal first before you start changing them around. There's a reason why those things are set up the way they are. And especially if you've met with someone like me, or you have a trainer, or whatever you're doing, there's a reason why they're there to coach you. They're there to guide you in the right direction, because they know what's going to work. So follow that. And then when you're done, then you can start changing things around. And once you want to get that maintenance mode, then you can kind of change that for any kind of exercise you're doing or dieting or wellness program that you're on. Those are the kinds of things that you want to do when you're finished. And finally, when you cheat, you typically cheat towards your triggers. It could be anything. It could be McDonald's, it could be pizza, cakes, cookies. One of my triggers is bagels. I love bagels. I grew up in New York. I used to get bagels all the time. Whenever I can get my hands on bagels, boom. So the worst thing that I could do is eat bagels on a cheat day during a program I'm doing, because it would definitely derail me from what I'm trying to accomplish. What are your triggers? What causes you to fall off the wagon on any diet plan that you've ever done? Is it alcohol? Is it pizza? Is it burgers? Is it chips? Is it candy? What are your triggers? What is causing you to typically not finish a plan that you're on? What typically derails you from getting to your end game, your finish line? Like I said, for me, it's bagels. Those are the things that I need to avoid when I'm doing a serious plan. So for you, I advise you to really stay away from those triggers, because it will pull you back into the dark side, and then you won't be able to finish the plan that you're on, because you've now caused a cheat day to cheat your entire plan that you were doing. So what have we learned from these last 3 episodes? First, we started with your timeline. Next, we went to the types of weight gain. And third, we went into the cheating and the cheat days that cause you to derail your program. These are the things that I find are the main reasons why people don't succeed, because they don't know what they don't know. If you don't know your timeline, you don't know what caused these problems. If you don't know what the types of weight gain that you're dealing with, then you're not sure where it's even coming from. And if you've been stuck doing these cheat days and not knowing when to do those things, it's really causing you to lose your momentum and not get to the finish line like you wanted to. So what's your next move? My advice to you is to get checked out. Contact me at my office at 567-6683. Come in and figure out what's going on. I'll help you get to the end line that you want to be at. You can follow me on social media as well. You can DM me on Instagram at Ideal Health and Wellness Center, or message me on Facebook at Ideal Health and Wellness Center. Tell me what's going on, and I'll tell you what I think. Remember, the coach's door is always open. This is Coach Frank. I'm sporting good posture and healthy weight. How about you?
The Sporting Good Posture Podcast is a broadcast wellness production powered by Ideal Health Wellness Center. All content copyright 2021. All rights reserved. Executive producer Frank Sardella. Coach Frank appears courtesy of Ideal Health Wellness Center in Franklin. For more information, visit sportinggoodposture.com and follow Coach on Instagram at sportinggoodposture.
I can't play. I can't play.
Wow, you sound like McFly when you say that. You totally were just like channeling Marty McFly. I can't play. I can't play. I'm sorry, fellas. You're just too darn loud.